Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Annette J. Morris. Y'all know I am the Go Getter herself, the owner and CEO of Go Getter LLC. And y'all know it's our vision at Go Getter LLC to help women monetize their God given gifts, convert their gift into a 5 to 7 figure income generating business that supports their lives and their legacies. And so today I want you saw the title, how COVID-19 has really favored small Black owned businesses. And I'll tell you, I know a lot of people are like, how is that possible? COVID-19 was horrible. I agree. All the things. COVID-19 was horrible, but it really did do a favor for small Black owned, women owned businesses. And why do I say that? Simply because a lot of the grants that we see right now, let me go back. Historically, I've been a grant writer for almost 20 years. I learned how to write grants in grad school. While I was in grad school, I've been out of grad school since 2006. So that's been quite some time. So I think I learned grant writing in about 2004. So it's almost 20 years. And initially, back then, most of the grants that were allocated were for nonprofit organizations. So I've been writing for years for nonprofit organizations, even my own nonprofit organization, right? And I'll tell you all the story later about how actually we got our first big grant, which I consider a big grant, $16,000, and how that gave me my freedom to be a full-time entrepreneur. But that's another story for another day. Um, and again, you can leverage those grants to do so much in your business, and then it helps you in your personal life. So we'll talk about that on another recording, another video. Um, but COVID-19 has brought to light these struggles and the lack of access to capital that Black owned businesses have, right? And due to this lack of access to capital, even though we are opening businesses at an alarming rate, and I don't want to say alarming, but like a rapid rate, more than any other race. Because if you look at statistics, most of the businesses that have opened over the last few years have been Black owned. And majority of them have been Black and women owned, but we still have lack of access to capital due to various reasons. Banks really make it hard for us to get business loans. SBA have so many, so much criteria, whatever it is, that we just lack the access to those particular financial means, and we stay hustling in business, right? But our businesses help to boost the economy, so there is a need for our businesses. We just have historically not had access to capital as we need to grow our businesses, right? So we have to literally get everything out the mud. Well, now most of you are realizing that there are a ton of grants. Like, we get hundreds and hundreds of grant leads every month. And at least 50% of those grant leads are specifically allocated to Black owned and women owned businesses, right? Grants from absolutely everybody. And I don't want to say there's no end in sight, but there's no end in sight right now. I know a lot of the grants that were given in 2022, 2023, have already started talking about when they'll open their cycle for 2024. So there's still going to be a lot of grants out there even next year. I don't know when it's going to stop, but you want to be prepared and get in position and start applying for these grants while the grant flow is still going, right? Get in the flow while it's still going and growing, and you have the opportunity. So again, in order to be able to qualify for grants, I ask the question all the time, are you all grant ready? Because a lot of people are like, oh, I want a grant. I need a grant for my business. But are you even grant ready, right? So how do you make sure you are grant ready? First things first, you definitely want to have an LLC for your business, right? Most of these grants are allocated for for-profit businesses. So your business needs to be registered with your Secretary of State. It needs to be a legitimate business and can't be a side hustle, right? So legitimize the business, make it do what it do, right? Legitimize it. Register with your Secretary of State. This is why a lot of Black owned businesses missed out on the opportunity to secure PPP loans, those that were doing it right. Because you weren't a legitimate business. You was doing it as a side hustle, hustling from your home. And it's okay to work from your home, but have the LLC for it. There are a lot of people that formulated an LLC in a legitimate business at their home, using their home address, right? So you can make it legitimate from your home. If you plan on getting a brick and mortar building, a commercial space, whatever it is, great. Do that later, but right now, make it legitimate. Get your EIN number. After you have the EIN number and your articles of organization, the next move is to get to the bank with those two pieces of documents and open your business checking account. Because if you are awarded a grant, they're not gonna just walk to you and give you no cash. They have to have somewhere to send that money to, right? And you can't commingle it in your personal checking account. So it needs to have the business needs to have its own account. So open a business checking account. Those are the first three things that you need to do. The next step, which a lot of people tend to miss out on, is to tell your business's story, right? What's the story behind your business? Why did you start that particular business, right? In most instances, it's bigger or deeper than, hey, I just started a business because I wanted to make money. So we just wrote let's just say I just wrote a proposal for a boutique. Her passion was helping women to build their confidence by helping them to get dressed, right? Get dressed up. She knows that when a woman is dressed up, when they feel good and they look good, they feel better about themselves, right? So she's always been interested in helping women, helping build the confidence of women. It's more than just a boutique, right? So what is your story? Tell the narrative of your business, right? Why did you start the business? What's the benefits, right? Because if you are in business, business owners open businesses to meet a need. If you have a catering company, you're meeting a need because somebody's hungry, right? You're providing food, you're providing meals, whatever it is. If somebody's hosting an event, somebody's throwing a party, they need food at those particular events, right? So you are meeting a need. If you are opening a boutique or have opened a boutique, then you're meeting a need to provide clothing to whatever population you are clothing, right? If you're a service provider, you're a nurse, you're doing phlebotomy services or whatever, right? People need blood work for medical procedures, whatever it may be. So what is the need that your business is serving? Who are you servicing, right? What is the mission? Why are you there? And how are you making an impact in your community? Most of these grants are asking that, right? So whether or not you're hiring people from socioeconomically low income backgrounds, right? If you are doing giveaways, right? If you are feeding the homeless, whatever it is, how are you benefiting the community? Because again, this is so much bigger than us. And you have to make sure your story is compelling. Why? Because it's a grant review board that's consisting of human beings that's going to be reviewing that grant. You want it to tug at their heartstrings so they can fund what it is that you are doing, fund your particular business, right? So tell the narrative, tell the story. Why did you open a business? What's your mission? What's your vision for the business? How is it impacting the community, right? Put all of those things in a story format. Tell the story of your business, right? And then again, also consider, what are you going to do with the revenue? Because most of the time that is a question that they're going to ask. If you are awarded this particular grant, what are you going to do with the revenue? You have to show them that their revenue or their grant or their monies or whatever it is that they're giving to you, whether it's $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, is going to help your business to either sustain or help your business to grow. Most of the time they want to know that their monies is helping your business to grow, right? Because their testimonials, the testimonials that will come from you saying, oh, I grew this business from a 5-figure business to a 6-figure business. I was able to add 2 more members to my team, 2 more part-time workers, 2 more full-time workers. That shows business growth. That shows that their monies was beneficial. So that's a good testimony for them, right? See, the money that we gave them helped their business to grow. They like a little attaboy and pat on the back, right? So you have to be able to tell what is going to be the benefit of receiving that grant, how it's going to help your business, like I said, to sustain or to grow, and tell the story about that, right? So we're going to invest that money into marketing, whatever the case may be or whatever, right? So that we can bring in more clientele, whatever it is. And 9 times out of 10, that's probably what you need. So we just got a new client last week. And one of the things was, she's like, I really need a grant because I want to cover overhead XYZ or whatever. But I'm talking her through the process. And what I realized is that you really need to invest this grant into marketing, because you need more people to come through these doors, right? When you have more people coming through the doors, you're going to automatically have more revenue, right? So you need to invest this money in marketing. She hadn't even thought about that at first, but after we had the discussion, she agreed, hey, I do need marketing. Even though I'm hoping that people will drive past and see, the reality is they're not. And if I can get more marketing, put it into ads, put it into Google ads or social media ads, whatever it is, creating more social media of a social media presence, those type of things, then I can bring more people in the door, which ultimately will bring in more revenue. So just think about, where would those money best be allocated to your business, helping your business to sustain or grow, and then tell the story about that too. It can't just be like 5 words, oh, I'm gonna buy some clothes. Yeah, then you don't want to do that. They want to hear a story. And so make sure you put all of that together, even before you start applying for these grants. Have your narrative. Again, let's go back. Have your articles. Make sure your business is formed properly. Have your EIN. Have your business checking account. Create your store or your narrative. mission statement, vision statement, tell a story why you got started, how you benefit in the community, and how you are going to use those grant funds. So hopefully this is helping you all to get ready to start applying for those grants, get it together for 2024. If you feel like you're going to need ongoing assistance, ongoing help, need grant leads on a monthly basis, stay tuned. We are getting ready to launch the Wealth Architect Society. In this society is going to be a community of business owners where we are going to be teaching this on a monthly basis. Every month, you and I are going to meet twice a month. Once a month, we're going to be doing Q&A, so you get to ask me absolutely anything about business, building wealth, the things, all the things. And then once a month, we're actually going to walk through a grant application because I know that people are really fearful of applying for grants for whatever the reason may be. No matter how often I say grant writing is not rocket science, people still feel like it's rocket science. So we're going to walk through grant applications once a month. We're going to do business, wealth, Q&A once a month. You're going to get grant leads every month. So the grant leads that I have access to, that I get access to from my directory, from other sources we get our grant leads from, you're going to have access to all of the grant leads every month. I'm going to challenge you all to put in those grant applications so you'll have support in that. And then all the things, right? So we'll move from, again, I told you all how a $16,000 grant helped me to quit my career. I had a career as a therapist, right? I have a master's degree in therapy. So helped me to quit my career and go into full-time entrepreneurship. I'll talk about that on another recording, but I also teach that in the Wealth Society, how to leverage those particular grants to create your personal life, your personal dream life, and whatever it is that you want to do, legacy building, all the things. All right, y'all. So until later, be prepared to join the society, and I'll see you all on the inside. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye.